Hello friends, welcome back to my YouTube channel, or welcome if it's your first time here. In today's tutorial, we are going to make a super easy and fun 4th of July tumbler design. I had a lot of fun putting this tumbler together and I really hope that you guys enjoy the tutorial. If you do, make sure you hit the thumbs up button down below. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you are not already. If you'd like to follow along with me anywhere else, you can find all of my social media handles down below in the description box, along with a link to join my Facebook group and my exclusive mentorship group. So be sure to check those out if you'd like to join some amazing maker communities. In the description box, you'll also find a full supply list for this tumbler design, along with links and discount codes for you. And one more thing before we get into the tutorial, if you missed the announcement on any of my socials, my brand new gift boutique, Blush & Bailey, just opened. We'll be offering a bunch of stationery, accessories, fun little gifts that you can get for your friends or for yourself. I am so excited about this new adventure. This is something I've wanted to do since I was a teenager and it's finally happening. So if you want to shop Blush & Bailey, I will also link that down below in the description box. We are constantly adding new items and new inventory and all kinds of stuff, so be sure to check it out, and your support means the world to me. I just want to say a huge thank you to everyone who has already placed an order on the new site. It really means a lot to me. I'm so grateful for you, and I just want to say thank you. Okay, that's it for real. I really hope you guys enjoy this video. Let's go. Okay, we are going to jump right in here. I've got a 20-ounce skinny straight tumbler from Craft Haven. I've already sanded it to prep and then I base painted it with white spray paint. Now this is a strip cup, so if it looks a little weird, that's why. But once my spray paint has dried, I'm going to go in with the epoxy method to apply my base layer of glitter. For this, I'm using Manifest. This is a new color from Peachy Olive Glitters. It's a really pretty, kind of almost like in between a fine and a mini chunky cut. It's got a little bit of like yellow reflect to it. So I'm just going to cover my entire tumbler with this glitter. I'm going to let it dry for about 2 to 3 hours, and then I sealed that glitter with clear gloss spray from Rust-Oleum, and then added 2 coats of the Flynn Sisters Fast Cure epoxy to my tumbler. And after this, it was pretty smooth. I am going to do a little bit of sanding just up on the top rim using my Dremel. I want to start to establish that thin line of stainless steel that's going to help us establish our final seal with our epoxy later. And at this point, that is the only sanding I'm going to do on my cup. We're going to use some clear sticker paper in just a little bit, so I don't want a dull or sanded surface underneath that, so I'm just going to leave my tumbler as is and only sand down that top rim. To grab the image we're going to use for the main design element of this tumbler, I'm going to head to Creative Fabrica, and I'm going to type in 4th of July, and you can see a bazillion things come up. You can get all kinds of stuff from Creative Fabrica. As you guys know, I love this website, and I am so glad that they like to work with me. So I want to say thank you to Creative Fabrica for sponsoring this portion of the video. Here, I just wanted to show you a few of the different options you can get on this website. You can have digital papers, which is what we're going to use, watercolor, clip art, SVG files, all kinds of different stuff that you can use for your tumblers, and you can use them and download them for free included in your all access subscription. So if you were to just go to the Creative Fabrica website and try to sign up for a subscription for all access, it would cost you $29 a month, which honestly is still, kind of worth it for how much you get. So you get all of this stuff, but if you use my link down below in the description box, you'll be able to sign up for a free trial, which will allow you to download 10 items, anything that you want, for free. And then after that, your membership will renew at only $9 a month. So you would save $20 a month if you use my link and use the free trial and all of that. So you get a whole bunch of extra stuff with your membership as well. Not only the downloads, you can request custom designs, you can use the new AI art creation feature, all kinds of different stuff with the membership. It's all listed out on the website, but basically you get 10 downloads for free, and then after that your subscription renews at $9 a month, or you can upgrade to the yearly plan, and that's only $5 a month, so about $60 a year. With your membership, you get personal, commercial, full print on demand use included in your membership, which means you can use anything you download from the site in your business and in your tumbler designs that you are going to sell. Again, I'll have a link that goes over the full trial deal and everything down below in the description box, and you can sign up for that $9 a month all access subscription through that link. I'll also have this specific file pack that we're going to use on this tumbler linked down below in the description box as well, if you'd like to use it and remake this design. So after I downloaded my file, I brought it into my Silhouette Studio software and I resized my image to be 7.75 inches in height and width. It's a square, so it's going to be the same. Because my cup is a 20-ounce skinny, so I know that it's just a little bit over 8 inches, and I want to leave a little bit of allowance both at the top and the bottom rim of the cup. So I sized that, and then I set up my page to do a print and cut. I'm not going to do a print and cut. I just wanted to set up the page so that I knew kind of like where the image would fit on my printable vinyl that I'm going to use. So after I brought in my image, I also imported my Wavy Lines SVG pack. This is available on my website. I'll have that linked in the description box as well. And what I'm going to do here is essentially slice out these wavy lines from each side of this digital paper, because I want this image to have like wavy edges versus just harsh straight line edges. So I took my digital paper, laid one of those wavy lines on top, and now I'm going to make sure everything is aligned and correct. Then I'll highlight both the paper and the wavy line, go up to modify and then divide. If you're using Cricut Design Space, this is exactly like the slice feature. So once I hit that, it's going to cut out the wavy line, as you can see there, from the side of my paper, and then I'll just get rid of that straight edge that we don't need, and I'll repeat the same thing on the other side. But with this side, I'm going to flip the wavy line horizontally and vertically just to give it a little bit of a different look. You definitely don't have to do that, but I just wanted to make it look a little different. And I'm going to repeat the exact same process to cut the wavy line out of this side. Now, based on the size of your cup and how thick it is after you apply your first couple coats of epoxy, you'll want your image to be around like 4.75 to 5.25 inches in width. Again, it depends on the size of cup you're using and how thick your epoxy coats are. That's how thick or wide I wanted my image to be, so it ended up being about 5.2 inches. I printed it out using my Canon printer, always on glossy photo paper setting and best quality. This is the sticker paper I'm using. It's Avery brand number 4397. It's just clear like sticker paper, and I got it at Walmart. So I printed that out on my page, and I'm just going to cut all of this out by hand. Once we put this on the tumbler, you're not going to see any of those clear edges. They will disappear under epoxy. It's amazing. So I wasn't too concerned with like cutting this out perfectly. I did though trim the top and bottom edges of the image to make sure that I had it placed the right way. I think I cut it a little bit bigger than I needed to, so I'm just going to make a mark on the top here so I can cut off the right amount. I tried to cut as straight as possible. We are going to cover this up with vinyl lines later, so don't worry if you don't cut perfectly straight. This paper does come with little like perforated spots on the backing, so I just peeled back one of those little sections so I had a little bit of the adhesive exposed. Now, looking back, I wish I would have done this a different way. Applying it from the corner made it a little bit awkward to lay down. So if I hadn't do this again, I probably would just remove all of the backing and lay the section down as straight as I could. I had to do a little bit of repositioning. I had to scrape out a lot of bubbles that I had, and it was kind of a little bit difficult to lay this down. So I wouldn't recommend going from the corner. Maybe you could just apply it like a regular sheet of vinyl too, like apply from the side. Whatever's easiest for you to get this on as straight and as bubble free as you can, go for it. I did have to cut a few little like strips or holes into the vinyl so I could push some air bubbles out, but it ended up looking really great under epoxy and I was able to make it work. So I'm going to finish applying this to the tumbler and then we will move on to the next step. Once I had the vinyl or the sticker paper on my tumbler, I added another very thin coat of epoxy to my cup. It was only about 10 milliliters. I just wanted to seal the sticker paper in and protect it from all of this taping and stuff that we're about to do. So as you can see here, I'm taking some electrical tape and I'm going to tape off as best I can that lower part of the tumbler where the white rim is exposed on the bottom. I don't want to glitter that section, so I'm going to tape that off. And then I cut out 2 more copies of the wavy lines that we use to slice out of the digital paper. I'm using Stencil Vinyl, and as you can see, I'm just going to place them a little bit spaced out from the edge of the digital paper. Now you can put these wherever you want. I kind of just wanted to create like a kind of abstract wavy thing. I'm not super concerned with having each section be even or anything like that. I really just wanted kind of an interesting wavy, fun tumbler design. So I put one of those wavy lines on either side of the digital paper, and now I'm going to tape off that entire section, and we're going to spray paint this remaining white section. I also taped off the white border from the top rim. We're going to take care of those later. If you want to glitter them, you totally can. I just wanted to do something a little different on the top and bottom rims. So once I've got all of that taped off, I'm going to spray paint it using apple red spray paint from Rust-Oleum. I'm going to let it dry and then go in with some more epoxy to apply the next round of glitter. I'm using the tiniest bit of epoxy possible. This is a really small section, so you just need a tiny little finger dip into your epoxy. The glitter we're going to use on this section is Mr. President, which is the quintessential perfect 4th of July glitter. It's a chunky mix. It's got all of the colors in it: red, white, blue, silver, holographic. It's really beautiful. So I'm going to put that in that section, tap off any excess, and then right away, I'm not waiting for it to dry, I'm going to roll my cup in some scrapbook paper to get the glitter to lay flat and also get off a little bit of the excess. I also tapped the glitter down a little bit with just like a leftover piece of backing from some transfer tape. And then I'm going to remove all of the blue painter's tape from my tumbler, but I'm going to leave the stencil vinyl on a little bit longer. I'm going to let my epoxy sit for about 30 to 45 minutes before I go back in and remove those wavy lines. I just wanted the epoxy to like set up a little bit more before I removed those, but you don't want to wait the entire time for your epoxy to fully cure or dry. Just to be safe, you don't want to pull up any of the glitter and stuff that you want on your tumbler. So I just waited a little bit longer before removing those, and then I let the cup dry for an additional like hour and a half, then sealed the cup with a coat of clear spray from Rust-Oleum. And then I added 2 coats of epoxy over my glitter. Each coat was about 20 to 25 milliliters. I want to make sure that I get a really good coat of epoxy over that glitter because we're going to do all of our sanding and vinyl work next. So once my cup is ready for vinyl work, I'm going to go in and cut everything. And I'm going to use this trick that I used in my last tutorial. I made kind of like a cheat glitter vinyl. I took some transparent glitter vinyl and laid it right over some red glitter vinyl, and I'm going to cut out my wavy line outlines with that to make like an extra sparkly red vinyl. So as you see, I did all of my sanding and cut out all of my vinyl. So the first thing we're going to place down is another set of our wavy lines. I cut this out of blue glitter vinyl from Craft Haven, and I'm going to place it kind of halfway on that glitter section on the edge and halfway on the white section. Again, I just really want kind of like a fun abstract look. I don't care if anything is placed evenly or spaced out all the same. I just want like a fun design. After I placed that down, I took one of my little red wavy lines. Now with the wavy line pack that's on my website, you get the larger wavy lines and then you also get these outlines. So that's what I cut out here out of that red glitter vinyl and this champagne gold textured metallic vinyl. I just sized them to be the same height as the thick lines, and that's what I'm using to line everything out. So I put a gold line on the edge of the digital pattern we used, then a red line in the middle of the white, then another champagne gold line bordering the blue, and then finally another red glitter line bordering the blue vinyl and that Mr. President glitter. So once I have that done, I'm going to repeat the exact same pattern on the opposite side. Once I had all my vinyl laid down, I sealed everything with a thin coat of polyacrylic, let that dry for about 45 minutes, and then I added another really thin coat of epoxy to my tumbler. It was about maybe 10 to 15 milliliters of the Flynn Sisters Fast Cure epoxy. Once that was all cured or dry, I was ready to go in and finish the top and bottom of my tumbler. So I'm going to take some painter's tape and I'm going to try to lay this as straight as I possibly can, just using the edges of the design elements we've already laid down as a guide. And I'm going to do the same thing on the bottom, and then we'll mask off the remaining body of the tumbler so we don't get any spray paint on any of those areas. Then I'm going to take my cup outside and I'm going to paint some blue on the bottom and some red on the top. You can do any colors you want. If you want to glitter the top and bottom, you can. Do whatever you want here. I just wanted to kind of do something a little bit different. After the spray paint was fully dry, I went in with my final round of vinyl elements. I'm not going to do another coat of epoxy in between this spray paint and my next set of vinyl because this coat, to be honest, is very, very thick already, and I just didn't want to add more epoxy and make it even more bulky. So I'm just going to go right in with my vinyl. Just make sure your paint is totally dry if you're going to do the same thing. So on the bottom of the tumbler, I cut out a circle out of the same blue glitter vinyl we used for our wavy lines. The size of that was 2.3 inches. And now I'm going to go in and add my striping to the top and bottom rim. For the first layer, I'm putting down some champagne gold textured metallic vinyl. And then on the blue end, I'm going to add another stripe of that red glitter vinyl that we used earlier. So I'm going to lay that right in the middle of that champagne gold striping. And then on the top of the tumbler, I'm going to use the same champagne gold, but instead of a red stripe up there, I'm going to put a blue glitter stripe. I just thought it would be kind of cute to do like the contrasting color and just kind of make it look a little bit different. So once I had all my vinyl on, again, I sealed it with a coat of polyacrylic, and then I went in with my final 2 coats of epoxy. These coats were about 15 to 20 milliliters a piece. I tried to keep them as thin as I could because this is a bulky baby for sure. So once that final coat was all cured, we are all done. Here is the final result. I'm really, really happy with how it turned out, and I hope you guys enjoyed the tutorial. If you did, leave it a big thumbs up down below and let me know what you think in the comments. Don't forget to check out the free trial for the all-access subscription with Creative Fabrica, and also be sure to check out blushandbailey.com, and I will see you in my next video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Okay, love you. Bye. Okay, here we go. Hello, Lordy. I like say something and then I forget the rest of every thought that's in my head. June with wits. Why can't I say that? Which? It's time for 4th of July. I sound like a used car salesman. Come on down! Oh my gosh. Okay. Really true summertime. Who cares?